Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Tonight, I'm going to present my paper representing my team. My name is Alam Syagid from Hasanuddin University, and my team include Susalawati Muharram from Alauddin State Islamic University of Makassar. Our paper is titled Improving Student Awareness on Environmental Health Importance through Social Learning Models. Allow me to begin. So, viewing the global warming. Global warming is an ongoing phenomenon which causes climate shift and affect ecosystem. Many environments have suffered the effect of global warming. The causes is simply by pollution, toxic waste, and human behavior which ignore the importance of environmental health. This brings us to why we have to pay attention to our environment. The urgency of this study is to understand that environmental health is important. Human activity in every aspect involve the role of environment, which is why humans must form a strategy to reduce the negative effect of global warming and other environmental related problems. So, what now? The step to take in this matter, which is I consider as an initial step, is to consider health education as a solution. So, initial step to take to solve the problem caused by global warming can be implemented through education. With health education, the practical experience and the practical knowledge can be achieved. But in order to do that, we have to include learning methods which we know can be effective. So, one of these methods I choose is social learning models, which I consider as the effective methods to involve to integrate health education, to integrate environmental health into education curriculums, and which the outcome can be very effective towards students' behavior and develop their behavior uh, awareness through environmental health and knowledge itself to uh, to form a sustainable behavior which can support the sustainable development. So there are a few empirical evidence I gathered, which is from Mela 2022 and Siminti et al. 2021, stating that environmental health is important to ensure the optimal function of the environment itself. In the health perspective, Rainey et al. 2022 and Ferrer et al. 2022 stated that health is important and can be taught through numerous media, including integrating it into school curriculums. And education, from the perspective of education, education can be the initial step to establish awareness toward environment. This is stated by Fritz et al. And Wakela et al. 2022. And then by the methods. In this method, I mean is social learning. Social learning is one of many approaches used to build practical knowledge by imitating positive behavior, which is very effective to build a behavioral action in the student, which they can use in everyday life, build routine, and form a positive behavior toward environmental health. So in conducting these studies, I use a systematic literature review, which at first I found there are so many empirical sources, which is from Google Scholar initially is 527, and from Semantic Scholar is 497, which is I search based on theme. It then become environmental awareness only. It's resulting in 294 papers and social learning theory resulting in 730 papers. I filtered this by references such as through peer review using Indonesian and English language only, published between 2020 through 2024, and only take on the matters of environmental health and social learning theory. Then hereby the exclusion resulted as in only 34 paper, which then resulted in 24 paper due to another exclusion, which 6 paper not through peer review, and there are 4 paper that doesn't have a dot, which resulting in 24 paper to analyze and interpret the result formulation. So the first thing I conceptualize is the environmental health literacy. There are five, there are 5 research in here, which Whitman et al. 2021 stated that self-development is an important part of learning, which can be gained by experience, which is what social learning theory explained to us. And then there's Snyder et al. 2022 stating that social learning model requires real interaction with environment and individuals to optimize learning result, which illustrated the practical the practical implementation of social learning models. And then there is Ariady et al. 2023 stated that ultimate goals of social learning model is to build a good character that embedded in its curriculums. Nasi et al. 2021 stated that social learning model form a habit through routine which can be very important to increase student awareness on environmental health. And then Cho et al. Stated that social learning model can be implemented in digital platform for efficiency, such as nowadays we know there are so many there are so many uh, learning platform. We can use internet, we can use social media, which is very efficient to increase and to uh, to increase the visibility of the content talking about environmental health literacy. The result of our studies are concluded in 8 different papers, which Ahmed and Merak and Patos 2024, with the title the Effect of Environmental Health Education on Microplastic Pollution Awareness, stated that there are 4 impacts: raises awareness, improve individual behaviors, and develop healthy lifestyles. Otsizuen et al. 2024 stated 4 impacts of environmental health education in Western Australia, which is 1, develop work-ready skill, improve communication health, improve community health, and building a career framework for students. Safari et al. 2024 also stated that there are 4 impacts which addresses environmental health education effectiveness, which is 1, improve knowledge on environmental health, uh, forming a behavioral transformation, building a community environment, and continuous healthcare behavior. Utopia 2024 also stated there are 4 impacts, which is improve community awareness, community engagement, community capability, and developing practical knowledge on environmental health. There is another papers, which is explained by my past, that the impact of education in environmental health is to increase public awareness on environmental health, form a better behavior, community engagement, and innovative learning model and outcomes to use in the future education. Inayati and Hijriyati 2025 stated that the effect of environmental health is to improve environmental health awareness, form positive behavior toward environment, community environment, and increase quality of life, which is very important in health aspect. Mark Hewlett et al. 2022 also given us 4 impacts that is illustrated in education in health environmental education, which is formulate policy frameworks, increase environmental health knowledge, and improve community overall health. And then lastly is the Miami et al. 2020 stated there are 3 impacts can be obtained from education of environmental health, which is develop awareness, wholesome in-house and in-school education format, and community development. Finally, come to our conclusion, which is I form in three. Environmental health is essential to maintain sustainability of human life, both now and in the future. Efforts to improve environmental health begin with individual attitudes, which is an awareness of the importance of the environmental health. And then social learning. By implementing social learning methods, school as a foundation for distribution of knowledge can channel the knowledge of the importance of environmental health through education. The potential in the future, the effectiveness of education on environmental health also leads to community environment, improving the quality of life, and formulating educational format and policies that can support environmental sustainability and sustainable development. That is all from me. Thank you very much for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.